Dude, bro, serious. Dog, what are you eating, man?
Dude, step up. I'm eating a cow burger. Come on, you know guys, wacko.
Did you say cow?
Yeah, dog. It's scrumdiddlyumptious.
Do you realize that cows are the central fact of Hinduism, one of the most wonderful phenomena in human evolution? The cow to me means the entire subhuman world. Man, through cows, enjoying to realize his identity with all that lives. The cow is a poem of pity. One reads pity in the gentle animal. She is the mother to millions of Indian mankind. Protection of the cow means protection of the whole dumb creation of God. It says dumb.
Wow, bravo, encore. Did you write that yourself? Sleaze bag?
You yet again insult my religion, and above all, the man that saved my people from oppression and the caste system, the great Mahatma Gandhi. You are treading on sacred ground, my good sir. The cow represents life. It provides for Hindus in a multitude of ways, and yet at the same time it suffers with them. You should be worshipping that cow like a deity, not eating it. You should decorate it with garlands and anoint its head with oil. This is a capital offense. I will not stand for this.
Who is Mama Johnny?
Mama Johnny? Mama Johnny? Mama Johnny? Are you kidding me? You don't know who Mahatma Gandhi is? He is only the greatest Hindu that ever walked these realms. He single-handedly freed India from British rule in a non-violent manner. You should be in awe of his achievements.
Yeah. Just let me eat my cow burger in peace.
How can you be ignorant of such an important figure? Do you revere anyone in your religion?
My religion is called Islam, thank you. That serve is far more important than your blondie or whatever her name is. We have the Prophet Muhammad, Rasulullah Wasallam.
Sure, Muhammad had a great influence on a lot of people, but he's not nearly as venerable as Vishnu or Brahma or Krishna, or for that matter, any of the 330 million gods.
How can you say that there are millions of gods? That's the most ridiculous thing that my blessed ears have ever heard. This is madness, blasphemy, outrageous.
How is that ridiculous? It's normal and the common belief of all Hindus.
You're wrong. There is only one God, and it is called Allah. And all others are just prophets of that supreme being. It is completely, insane and ridiculous to say that there's anything other than one God. You're a polytheistic fool.
How dare you call me polytheistic?
What the fisticuffs like this? I'll show you hurt. I got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary waiting for you.
Did you just post Anchorman?
روزی بود عاشق تو بودم از دست تو خیلی راضی بودم اما تو بد شیطونی کردی نزدیک من نیا تو برو دلم تو رو نمیخواد دیگه
Gentlemen, or should I say rough man, I must ask you to take this fight outside. I'm not asking you to stop fighting because I just love a good fight, but that you must not fight in here because it could disturb the cows in my kitchen. Now, go on.
Yeah.
Well, I never thought I'd see your hideous face again. What are you doing all hunched over like?
I was praying, you jackwagon, like you do 5 times every day. But I guess you have a problem with something just trying to get closer to Allah, don't you?
Well, how on earth can you pray to a God that you can't even imagine? How are you able to relate when you think that God doesn't have any personal characteristics at all? You have to have some images and symbols of God at least.
It's easy enough. You just have to follow the 5 pillars, especially prayer and fasting, as I was doing before you so kindly decided to interrupt me.
I was I was just observing the fact that you are awkwardly positioned as well as in my way.
Don't mess with me, son. I know you meditate too. And seriously, where else am I supposed to do this?
Okay, fine. Maybe I do meditate, but at least I don't pretend like I can connect with God just by thinking about some random abstract concepts.
There's no point in pretending that Allah is something else just to make him easier to relate to. I mean, seriously, if he was easily accessible, wouldn't everyone be a perfect Muslim? It takes lots of devotion and the rigorous demands of something like fasting or regular prayer to get closer to Allah.
That's silly. You talk about getting closer to Allah, but even someone who prays and fasts all the dang time isn't going to get any closer to understanding Allah or God if they don't even have anything to think about while they pray. Of course, God doesn't look like Ganesh or Garuda. These are just ways for us to picture God, since He's in everything and everyone all the time. There's no other way to achieve my idea of what God is, if you don't have some point of connection between the human world and the divine world.
But do you really need 330 million of them?
Okay, we kind of have a lot, but not actually 300 million. That was just a fairly random number, given a really long time ago, to express the fact that God is in everything, and in a sense, every person and every creature is a God. All of these gods are just different aspects of the one supreme being. I mean, God creates, He destroys, He gives, and He takes away, all at the same time. It sure is easier to have all those different facets split up, right? So there aren't actually 300 million. But you get the idea.
Well, not really. You see that if there is just one God, you should just worship that one God, right? After all, as the Shahada states, there's no God except God. And Muhammad had no trouble fighting God without any idols. God gave him direct revelation, and he made a big deal of not having idols.
See, here you are being a knucklehead again. That's exactly what Hinduism states. There is one supreme being, the God of all religions, who is the only God. There are no others.
So you're saying there's 300 million gods in one?
Basically, yes. I mean, you have one God that you can't connect to, so what is the difference?
دیگه نمیخوام ببینمت برو دلم جای دیگه هست دیگه نمیخوام ببینمت بوره هم شیطان زارا بچناره همسه بوره هم شیطان زارا خط نره همسه بوره هم شیطان زارا خط نره همسه
Wait, what are we doing? I just realized something.
Is this really more important than our epic battle sequence?
Yes. You see, both of our religions teach kindness and peace. But more importantly, why are we really arguing? You believe in one God. I believe in one God. This God is powerful over everything and deserves all our worship and praise. It's just what we do that in different ways. You use meditation and lots of different gods to understand the whole thing. I use prayer and the 5 pillars to come to a better understanding. We're both trying to do the same thing, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But you still hate everywhere. That's not cool, dude. Some people bow down to every cow they see. So that's basically the equivalent of cannibalism. And you were eating a cow.
I'm sorry, bro. It was really quite delicious, though. But you see, here we are again. You don't have to have all the exact same beliefs, practices, and ideas. But if you think about it, really don't have that different of religion.
I guess I see what you're saying. As Sri Ramakrishna said, there's only one God, but endless are His aspects and endless are His names. Call Him by any name and worship Him in any aspect that pleases you. You are sure to see Him.
Wait, you've known this quote by memory this entire time and still just gotten into 2 intensely huge fights?
Yeah.
Let's hug it out.
Okay.
Yeah.